been sitting on this for a while, but I am finally going to unbox my custom wedding bag, and it's a bit of an odd choice, which is why, like, there's a backstory to go with it, there's justifications, but it's very, very unique, and I'm so over the moon with it, and I'm so excited to finally be able to show you. Because it's weird and wonderful. How many times can I tell you that it's like unexpected and odd, and it's not white? So there's that as well. Within about 4 hours of getting engaged, Nia and I went for dinner afterwards at absolutely nowhere fancy, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the reason I've been needing to get a custom one of these. And I sat there and I filled out the contact us form as I was having my extremely average, mediocre, would never recommend the place pasta in my life. And I was like, blah, 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 I'm getting married, I would love a custom one of these, like, let me know the process and how this goes and how much it costs and all of that. What I loved about this, and don't worry, I will get to it, but you need context. What I love about this is that every aspect of it could be exactly how I wanted. The shape, the size, the colour. Okay, let me unbox and then I can tell you even more details. This is not a white Hermes bag. This is not a white Chanel or whatever. This is very, very different. Okay, let me move because she needs her moment. She needs her moment. Are you ready? Can you see her? Oh my gosh, stop. Okay, this was delivered like, oh my gosh, maybe. This was delivered about a month ago, and I've been just having it in the corner of the room, and I opened it once, obviously, to make sure that she was okay, and then I haven't opened her again until now because I was like, I need to do a video. And I love it so much. Okay, so this is a custom bag by Heaven. Heaven is a glass-blowing company. I'm going to take it out. And you may have heard of them because they did the glass bag with Coperni that went viral about, what, beginning of last year? That kind of time? Ever since I found out that you could have a custom bag done by them, I have been sitting on a reason to do one. Because I just think it's so special and different and one of one, and nobody's going to have this unless they ask for the exact same thing as you. But even, like, you know, stop. She added this cute little lace because she knows that it's my wedding bag. I'm going to talk you through the whole process. She had to be TB. Oh my gosh. I am just... It's so sodding special. I haven't even, like, properly sort of looked inside and tried to fit anything in it. I love it. Okay, so, and they put a wonderful little wedding card. This is a beautiful card, by the way. Oh my gosh. Stunning. You know I love a good card. Congrats on your special day. Thank you for letting us play a small part. XOXO Heaven. That's going in my memory box. Oh my, this is, oh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And also the packaging. Like, this was, you know, she's perfectly fine, and it's 100% glass. Okay. Come on, Cassie. Okay, so I filled out that contact us form on the day that I got engaged, and then maybe it was within 24 hours, I got an email from the team being like, you know, we love weddings, would love to be a part of this, would love to create this special thing for you, let's jump on a call. And so I jumped on the call, and they were basically like, whatever you want, we can make it for you, do you have an idea of shape? And I knew that they did this shape in general, and I was like, I love the heart handle, because obviously marriage, love, it makes sense, right? The correlation exists. And so I was like, okay, I know I want that, and I know I want it to be small, because TBE, tiny bag energy. And initially, and then they were like, you know, we can do it whatever colour you want. Hold on, I want you to see a close-up of her. Like, look at how magical she is. Look at how... Oh, okay, anyway, so they sent me a website which basically has every colour, every shade of everything you can think of under the sun. And initially my thought was, either a periwinkle or a light blue, because I was like, oh, she's going to be my something blue. Then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, in reality, I'm not going to be carrying her down the aisle, okay? And I think that all those traditions should be, like, you should have them for down the aisle, right? Like, there's something, what is it? Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Yes. Okay. Oh, I mean, you know, I've still got like a year, so I'm not entirely sure. That's for on the to-do list to do later, Cassie. So I was like, okay, it doesn't need to be blue. So then that opened up all of the colour options again. And as I was thinking, I believe that they posted something metallic on their story. By the way, Heaven is an amazing small business based in Brooklyn, I believe, and it's a husband and wife that run it. And so my contact the whole time has been with Brianna, who is one half of the team, and she has been lovely, and she's been really, really great on keeping me up to date with things and communication, and she's just very, very sweet. So I saw the metallic thing, and she was like, okay, we've never done it in gold before, because I think I'd seen it in silver. She said, we've never done it in gold before, so it's going to be like a whole new process for, God, what's going on? So it's going to be like a whole new process for the both of us, and all of that. And yes, it took more time than it would have been if it was a colour that I'd chosen from the, you know, the sort of list of colours that already exist, right? Because I think there's like a different process that's involved in making it metallic. I was like, I didn't know. And so there was delays, but it's fine. Like, I was very, very, very much ahead of the game ordering this, and I was just like, you know, perfectly happy to wait. So it is this beautiful, it's not a yellow gold, it's like a champagne-y, gunmetal-y gold, and I like that because she leans a little bit more neutral. The other thing is that she was like, if you ever wanted to change the colour after your wedding, we can do that. And I was like, oh, that's, you know, great. In terms of price, this cost, because obviously this is like more expensive than buying one that they already do because it's custom and all of that. This was $3,000, and then because I wanted it metallic, that was an extra $500. If I'd have gone for a normal kind of glass colour, it would have just been the $3,000. I have to sort of give you my justification for it, even though I know I don't need one, but I still just want to give it. When it comes to like weddings and wedding dresses and all of that, right? I mean, should I have kids or any of that business? It's like, you know, they're probably not going to want a dress. Let's be honest. I wouldn't have wanted my mum rented her dress, and she hates it to this day. You know, I would never in a million years have wanted that dress, right? So whilst they may not want the dress, I think that the bag would be very cool to carry around the wedding events, I don't know, you know, little sort of, yeah, I think it's a fun thing to pass down for like wedding tradition. And in the meantime, it is truly a stunning little piece of art. And I want to, eventually when I get her home, whenever that's might ever happen, if ever, I would love her to be on like a, no, do you want to know what I want? I think I want one of those frames that are like boxes. They're like cubes almost, right? And then just have her in the frame. Do I think that's better? I was thinking a little plinth, but I think she's too small to be on a plinth, to be honest with you. I mean, in the meantime, obviously, she will, I mean, I'm obsessed with her. She's one of one, and there are, you know, sort of small imperfections because this is handmade and hand-blown glass, and I don't know the ins and outs of all the glass making, right? But all I know is I couldn't do it. So, yeah, it's like, it just feels really, really special. And what an amazing excuse, and it's got the heart handle, and it feels very me, it really does, though we do need to test what actually fits inside. I mean, let's be honest, I wasn't particularly bothered about what she could fit, but this is a tiny lip balm in there. Oh, she's in an Listerine packet, just about. And, I mean, what else do you need on your wedding day, apart from lip balm / lip gloss? and some form of mint. You know, for me it was more of an art piece than it was to be anything used, but I just think it's magical and fabulous, and she's fashiony. And you know, I will just be swinging her as though she is any other accessory, such as a bracelet, on my hen do, my bachelorette, my little rehearsal dinner. Oh, welcome to the wedding of, maybe even at the reception, just, you know, swinging it around. Also, it's very nice to carry with the heart, I think. I like that. It's very, it's a fun little hold. And I think I'm the third bride that they've done something for, and it's just, it's very special and very unique and very different. And you know, I like the weird and the wonderful things. But one thing that sort of, I do just want to sort of highlight this, because this has become a bit of a thing. Wedding bags in general. Wedding bags are not a thing. I can't remember who I was having a conversation with, and they were like, oh, I didn't have a bag for my wedding. And I was like, yeah, because it's not a thing. Like, I don't understand how... Look, I mean, clearly I'm participating. I don't know, but that's just because I like bags. I don't know how we've sort of come to this point where everything has been weddingified. I'll come back to that in a second. But, like, you don't need a bag for your sodden wedding. You really don't. If you want an excuse to get a white bag, or you want an excuse to get a wedding bag or whatever, then fine, you know, clearly. But it's not like, oh, you need a wedding dress or like a wedding outfit. Like, you know, you need a wedding. You really don't. It's like wholly unnecessary and ridiculous. And I did just want to sort of highlight that, because it's becoming a thing, like, oh, what's going to be your wedding bag? And I'm like, is this a thing now? Is this a thing? I've heard about wedding jewellery, hen do jewellery, like jewellery that I'm buying for my bachelorette. And like, this is fine jewellery, like it's not costume jewellery. And I'm like, that's a thing? That's a thing now? And I think that one thing especially that I'm being very conscious of throughout this whole sort of process, and especially and the fashion side of things, is that I want stuff that I can wear after. I don't want something, I'm not somebody that wears white. I'm not somebody that if I were to get a wedding bag, it would ever be white. Like, I would literally only use it for the wedding and never again, because I know I can't be trusted with white, right? So I want stuff that I can use, has a purpose after. Even with regards to like wedding shoes, I recently saw like Louis Vuitton does custom wedding shoes, right? White satin, the red sole. First of all, categorically never have wanted a red sole for my wedding. It's just not my vibe. But even if, like, I don't know, I could get over the red sole bit, it's like, you know, it's in white satin, and then it's, you know, like embroidered with your initials and whatever, and it's just like, ah, yes, for it to sit on a shelf as a souvenir of sorts. And look, this is absolutely no, like, if you've done that, if you do that, if you are planning on doing that, fantastic. Like, and the other thing with weddings is that, like, everybody has in their mind how it should be for you. Everybody has a very specific view of what should be your wedding, what they did at their wedding, and therefore you should do at yours, and so on and so forth. And I am very in the only, like, it's just got to be about us. Like, it's just got to be our vibe, and whether or not that is traditional, and whether or not that's how everybody does it, and whether or not anybody else sort of likes it is not really, you know, like, our problem. As long as my mum's happy, like, you know, if you want to have a wedding bag, have a sodding wedding bag. If you want everything to be white, and this is the first time and the only time that you're ever going to have the excuse to go all white satin everything, and you don't care if you're ever going to use it again, then also do that, right? Like, everybody do your own thing, stick to your own lane. It just has to be you. It just has to be you. Okay, I don't know where that sort of rant came from, whence it came from, and where and why. But my gosh, let me tell, like, this, the pressure that you can feel from outside people, and it's like, it's not even, sometimes it's not even like your immediate family. Sometimes it's like, you know, some random person or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, I got married last year and you have got to do this. And it's like, do I? And actually, don't bother with that thing that you've had your heart set on, because that is the biggest waste of money. And to be honest with you, don't get married at all. Just go to town hall and all of that. And it's like, nah, I just want to do it the way that we wanted to do it, you know. But anyway, sorry. that's my bag. I hope you like her. She's fantastic. In terms of names, I thought it would be funny if we called her Goldie Hawn. There you go. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.